Okay.
Okay, I think we're ready. Good evening. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners for St. Charles Parish Housing Authority, August 30, 2022. The meeting is now called to order. All stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have present today myself, Vice Chair Rodney Woods, Commissioners Bailey and Belloc, and Jackson. Our chair is out today. He's not well, and Ms. Hollis should be en route. So hopefully we'll see her in a few minutes. First thing on there is going to be our board review. We'll start with the financial reports. Anyone with any... Oh, you know what I'm not seeing on here? Review of our minutes.
Yeah, that should be.
I don't see this on our agenda, so we're going to do a review of the minutes. You have the minutes in your packets. Any comments or discussions or anything? I did notice one thing in the minutes. About halfway down, it's kind of just repetitive. It says where Commissioner Woods made a motion, and that's in our minute 2 times, so we probably want to delete the second statement about that. Any other comments? Did you do a motion, and would you include the correction that I just stated? With Ms. Jackson?
I would like to make a motion that the minutes be accepted as read with the correction.
Second? Motion made by Commissioner Jackson, seconded by Ms. Belloc. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All in favor? Okay. Now we got that out of the way. We'll go to our board review of the financial reports.
Which is what I'm passing out right now. So we have, I want to interject here. We have February. Oh, it's not on. I drove here. We have February financials. Y'all know that we made a conscious decision and the board approved it, and we have a forensic auditor in the office. So our financials, we going back years because we got to fix it. So with that being said, what I did is what I had Anna to do is produce a report in a year which shows that we are financially stable. And what I could do. What I could do for you guys, if you choose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go, here. I'm going to go over the importance. What's most important. You pass one to Mr. Delario?
Yes, you've been giving it to us like 1 through 4, and it goes all the way through 8.
Pass one down to me. No, we need to make sure that Miss Belloc has one. Oh, it's more than 4. Yeah. But,
8 pages.
It is. So what I want to deal with is because we have had some issues with the understanding of our agency where we were financially. And it has a lot to do with our reporting, which I take the lick for. But, 4 years, 4 years. What I needed to understand, what was happening with the agency and why our financials were the way that they were. So, with your approval, I brought in a, forensic auditor. So with that being said, what this report says is that, I'm on page 2.
Can I have a copy of that?
You don't have it?
No, I just have to start with 5.
I have printer issues. Here, let's see. Page 2. What I have. You have it?
No, I have it now, thank you.
No, let's share. What page 2 does is that the housing authority exceeds its liabilities 1.85 million at the close of the fiscal year. That's where we are. And I'm just highlighting, because one of the things that we had to do was explain to HUD, and what HUD dealt with was that we didn't have, they dealt with the previous information. For me, transparency, I tell on myself when I do something wrong, I tell. But what HUD was doing was they were responding to the information that we gave them. I would rather not give them anything than give them something that's right. So with that being said, our restricted access, the housing authority, I'm still on page 2, and total net position decreased by $43,000. We did that. We did that with staff that I have working with me, contracts, and just being frugal on the way that we were able to spend money. Our total liabilities on a monthly basis is $53,000. Our liability. I'm going to page 3. Our capital fund, we have $174,000. In our low rent, we have $522,000. We have CARES money, and this was an issue for us with HUD because we did not have the units that were vacant on the mod. But HUD has a check and balance. It's not about us. It's not about St. Charles Housing Authority. It's about check and balances and about the residents. So what HUD does, they have what's called shortfall. In shortfall, we receive over $100,000. The relevance of that, and we have to be able to deal with precedent, and we have to deal with priority. The relevance of that is that the units that we did not have on the mod, we weren't getting paid for it. However, on an annual basis, y'all, yeah, I'm still sick. But on an annual basis, we get from the Department of Housing and Urban Development to deal with our 129 units, $500,000. $533,000. Because those units were not on mod, and we weren't trying to deviate the system. The issue is that we had to deal with priority. And for the fact of the matter is that we lost a year and a half shutdown, COVID. Then we had another 5 months because of Ida. So priority-wise, shortfall gave us plus $100,000. So we got $633,000. Facts. Our liabilities, 92,000. In 2020, our liabilities was 133. I'm on page 4. One of the things that we didn't report to HUD, because of everything else that was happening, was our net position. Our net position is $1.4 million. Our restricted is 231,000. Our unrestricted net position is $190,000. The relevance of that is that when y'all brought me here, we were negative 189,000.
Ms. Hollis, just for clarity, would you explain restricted and unrestricted, just for, well,
You asked me a question that's gonna be hard. You know, I'm still trying to learn this. Restricted is the money that we have that flows. Unrestricted, the unrestricted is money that we need to have on reserve in case something happens.
okay.
I pray that I explained that right.
Yes, that makes sense. I just wanted to be clear that all of our board members knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, that was one of the things that we had the consultants come in and explain to us when we did our retreat, which we're planning another one. Operation reserves. Operation reserves, I'm on page 5. In 2020, our operation, I'm going from right to left. I can't wait to get here. Our operation reserves in 2020 was $3.3 million. Our total operation reserves for 2021, and I'm using 2021 because our physical year ends in September. It ends in September. So our total operation reserves is 3.4.
That was of 2021?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're on page 5? Mm-hmm. Oh, you and I are sharing, huh? So, 20. I'm going off of these pages, and I share with you guys often that y'all can see whatever I see and react. 2019, 2021, 2022, and 2023. Capital funds we have not touched. We didn't touch them because we understood we were going to have to deal with relocation costs. Systematically and intentionally. The Simon is empty. We have 8 families left in Hornville. So we won't have relocation costs. Well, we will have to deal with those 8 people. We have, to use CFP money, there is a process. So we have an architect that's doing what's called an independent cost because our units that we have is so devastatingly uninhabitable. So we going to do an independent cost, and we're going to spend whatever we need to move those last 8 families out of Hornville. You've been getting calls.
To move them
Yes,
where?
I have.
To Boutique.
To Boutique.
Everybody gonna be in Boutique. I already got all my seniors in my disability by the office, and the staff takes they take very good care of them. So we financially, that's where we are. If you guys don't mind, we're going to go to the VMS.
Let me make a comment just right quick before we move on. I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm seeing these numbers, fine and well and good. And I know there are some reasonings as to why financial. I'm just talking about reporting now. We're still, like we're doing on February, is what's in our packet. We know that there is some catching up to do as far as the reporting, the details.
correction.
But I have to say that in a meantime, what gives me some satisfaction, and I'd like to see financials be more current, but at least we are receiving the bank statements on a monthly basis. So yes, in this packet, we do have February's financials, but I'm looking at 7/29/2022, so current bank statements. So for me, my head says, even though the details from the accountants haven't made it for review by this board, the money's in the bank because we do see the bank statements every month.
And let me say, when I first came, one of the issues were the fee account that we had was not current on the documentation. And when I came, we were current. However, being current is not as important as corrections. We have to fix, because when we finish and we move to our conversion and other people come in, we got to fix it. We can't act like it didn't happen. So we fixing it. So with that being said, what I just read, if you read the date of it, this is our current fee accountant, and she giving you accurate. And I intentionally give you the bank statements so that y'all can see. I need y'all to see how we spending the money.
Yeah, and we do receive that.
And we have to, we got to fix it.
Yes, ma'am. So we're gonna,
But this is the fiscal year 2021, right? So we haven't ended the fiscal year 2022, not until the end of the month coming.
October 31st.
Yeah.
October
How
31st.
we looking on the 2022? Better? Are we on an upward, a better trend?
We, every year, consistently. Consistently.
Because I know, like I'm just looking at the dates.
Now,
I
we
know
got to fix. We got to fix, but, absolutely. I got 4 staff people.
Right.
I got 4 staff people. We have eliminated a lot of contracts. Our biggest issue is plumbing. So, absolutely, we shall
What's the
continue.
necessary maintenance? Yeah, that's understandable.
No, our plumbing is extreme.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
But it's a necessary maintenance. So we are consistent.
Okay.
But in that position, unrestricted, it's gonna be better come this fiscal year, right? So I'm just
Consistently. It
Yes,
has been
okay.
better every year, consistently.
because I see 2020, I see 2021, and I know 2022 is right there. So I just want to make sure we got it.
We got
All
it.
right.
So, okay, we're gonna say the financial reports, at least up to February, were in our packets. Any questions or comments or anything on the financial reports that we've received so far?
I was looking at this waterworks.
What page are you on, do you know?
I don't know what page. I don't have a page.
She dealing with
It's
the
in the bank
cost.
statement. It's a bank statement.
Oh, okay,
She
got it.
dealing with, we pay for water, man, St. Charles Parish
Yeah.
water. That's,
That
it's,
water bill.
I know, it's
8,000.
every month. Every month. Every month. Every month.
How do you feel about the billing? You think the billing is accurate?
Sir?
Or running toilets causing it to go up, or
Sir?
Or the meter
leaking
readings?
water.
Let me rephrase it. You think the meter readings are accurate?
Y'all asking me questions. The meter readings are accurate.
Okay.
It is what St. Charles Parish charges,
Charges for water.
and I have no comments.
Well, you have to pay the water bill just like every average
So we did
citizen
something
out
in
there has to do.
Chris?
yeah, no.
Do we have
at,
leakage?
Charlestown. Because the water
No,
bill
we
is
played- we-
outrageous.
Just a second, let's keep some order here.
We did had a couple leaks and stuff, but we got a plumber to come out there and deal with the issue.
Right.
Had like 4 water leaks in Bucci, so something should get better.
Because that's what we did.
Yeah.
Out in
Yeah.
Charlestown.
Yeah, our plumbing bill, we address it. But that bill is consistent.
So there's companies that do studies. Have you ever looked into something like a company that'll come in? I have a few of them. They email me. They'll come in and they would do a study on apartments, and they would make suggestions saying like if you changed out all the toilets, put these type of aerators in, put these type of shower heads in, it will reduce your cost by this much, and then they'll show it to you, and then you will decide whether or not it's worth it based on the cost to get that water conservation done, based on what you're gonna be paying over the years if you didn't get it done.
So here's what you're saying, and I get it, and it all makes sense. It's called maintenance.
Yeah.
It is called maintenance. But we have to deal with feasibility, and we have to remember that we're in a conversion.
That's true. So all this is gonna be of the past, hopefully.
That's what I was going to interject.
We're in a conversion. There's a lot of things that we could do differently and fix, but we're in a conversion, of which we are finished.
Yeah, that's coming. That's coming. Let's
Okay.
stay on track. So, okay, now you have the financial reports in your packet. If no further questions or comments, if there are, please bring them forward. If not, we'll have a motion to accept or not accept.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to pass a motion to accept the minutes.
The financials.
Huh?
Accept the
Oh,
financial.
I said.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Chair, I'd like to pass a motion to accept the financials, not the minutes. Sorry about that.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to accept the February financials as presented. We have a second. Second by Ms. Belloc. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All in agreement. The financials are accepted. Okay, we're gonna move on to our VMS report.
So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take the liberty, VMS and also administrative report. Yolanda, give us the VMS numbers and then stop there, because I want to do with the administrative report, and I want to take control of that. Mr. Miles.
The portability vouchers that we paid port out, we paid $5,670. All the other vouchers were $147,054. Port in vouchers, what total vouchers we paid was $153,214. We paid $4,381 for port-in vouchers, and we received $50 in fraud payment.
So let me say this. It's been unusual, not just because of COVID. And I'm sorry, if y'all don't mind. Y'all know I'm a workaholic. I'm at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning studying this stuff. But our port in is unusual. So what I'm thinking is that, well, what I know is that people coming. What I don't understand is where are they getting units from? Because we have vouchers. We have 14. 14? Are you still have 14 people on the waiting list?
About 15.
15. We can't open our waiting list because we have searchers that can't find a unit. They can't find nowhere to go. But the number of port-ins is unusually high. We're not stopping them. We want them to come. We want them to come. That's one issue. The other issue is that port outs, our port outs are the number of people who left because of Ida, because they can't find nowhere else to go, and because they're searching.
What's the
And
port out number?
what's your port out number?
The ones that we have right now that we paying for, or those that are searching also,
Searching.
at about 15.
which is why we not opening a waiting list.
Yes, Ms. Jackson?
Ms. Hollis, I received a phone call this afternoon of a young lady that don't have anywhere to stay with 4 or 5 children.
There's nothing we can
I
do
told her,
about
call the office.
They call me personally. My phone rings 24/7. I put my cell phone number on the front. I walk outside, and one of the tenants was saying, "Well, I can't get in touch with Miss Hollis because they screen the codes." So I put my number. So they call me. We can't just deal with a person who have a problem at that time. That's just not the way the system works. We have to follow protocol. We have to follow HUD's procedures. If they're not on the waiting list and their number ain't never came up and we address them, people lose their jobs behind that.
And I have, if I may interject, as you're saying, people calling you Miss Jackson, I receive phone calls myself, and there's just nothing we could do. I had some comments at the end of this meeting I was going to make. I almost said now is the time, but we have a housing crisis. We have a housing crisis, and it's not just in St. Charles Parish. We have a housing crisis in Louisiana and the country, really. And I'm telling you, as a board of commissioner on this board, it doesn't. And I can't say it stresses me, but there's some anxiety when I can't deliver. When I get a call, like you say, and I can't get somebody in something, and I have to suggest to call Ms. Hollis, I know what the answer is going to be already, but I have to let them go through that process, and you still can't deliver. And what I tell them is exactly what you said, Ms. Hollis, is that there is a waiting list. There's no magic button that a commissioner can press that you get a house. If I could do that, believe me, I think each one of us do. So that's where we are. And I digress. I had some comments for the end of this meeting, so we're going to wrap this up. But there is a crisis that we need to deal with, and we're going to try to involve not only our parish government more in it, but I was just in 2 meetings today in Houma. There are things out there, there are programs I heard about a little bit today that's out there that we need to,
Incorporated in St. Charles Parish.
we need to, as a board, see what we can do and then work in conjunction with our parish government to be, because you always need a governing authority to assist this board. So this, there's further discussion, but there are things out there that I see that we haven't tapped into yet. And we need to tap into it because there is a crisis on housing. And it's not just St. Charles Parish. It's all over.
Not just St. Charles Parish, but the uniqueness of our parish is all that we have is us. We have no homeless. And we do have, I just found out, we do have something for a battered woman. But other than that, we just don't have it. And here's one of the issues is that our leadership, who's doing an excellent job, but we are part of a consortium. In most municipalities, their money come directly to them. For St. Charles Parish, our money don't come to us.
Sure.
It goes to Jefferson Parish. No, it's still ours. But we need to know how to ask for it. And we need leadership to come up with plans.
There's no way that you can resolve that as far as
Leadership, I just said.
Now, you said leadership. Now, I'm going to nitty-gritty here. When you say leadership, is this board or is it something that parish government could get engaged into to get those funds coming towards us?
It could be, sir. It could be the average citizen who has an idea and their vision and move it. Leadership doesn't mean you have to be elected. Leadership.
Well, I got what you're saying. So if you put it like that, then I'm going to turn to you and say you are our executive director.
No, sir. I'm already overwhelmed. I need leadership from the community.
Oh, okay.
I'm not taking that. But I will definitely be a resource. Like LaRon.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
LaRon.
Okay,
I mean, you know, LaRon, that dude, look what I told him. Don't give nothing else to my tenants. Or they going to get evicted. Because I didn't know who he was. I'm like, show me who he is. And he came to my office. He said, well, I don't want people to know. He grew up in Hornville. I'm like, if you're doing what you're doing, you are an inspiration. And now he got 3 community centers.
gotcha. Okay, so, now just trying to, again, getting back on track again.
Administrative report.
VMS report, have we done with that? Low rent update?
No, I want to do this intentionally because it's been difficult for my staff. We've had a lot of changes. We've had a lot of things that's been happening. As it relates to low rent, we are in the red. I got REACT happening on September 18th, where they come in to inspect our units. Welcome. We have HUD coming on September 22nd, and we have our auditor coming on September 12th. So September going to be a big month. I want REACT. I want HUD. And what they're dealing with is our vacancy rate. We have 62. Guesstimation. Not looking for accurate number. We got 62 occupants in our development. Everything that we have is so uninhabitable. I want other people to see it. When I first came on schedule, y'all missed it, y'all missed it, y'all missed it. I think Maryland and you did. It's uninhabitable. Third world, uninhabitable. Uninhabitable. So with that being said, that's gonna be they're gonna say what they say, but it's uninhabitable. But here's the issue. Here's the issue. I had to cut. I got one maintenance person. I got Chris. I have to deal with that dude every day. He won't quit.
What's wrong, Chris?
It's big. It's
Some help.
it's big.
Some
When he
help.
tell me he won't quit, I just hang the phone up on him. I don't hang. I never hang the
Let's
phone.
kind of stick to that. That might be some conversations we want to have
And with the,
in a different setting.
No, I want
no.
to. No,
With that being
sir.
said,
It's important because staff.
yes,
I can't move without them because
Right.
I work from home. I work from home, but I have to be comfortable that what needs to be done happens. And I probably call y'all too much. I hear him laughing on the phone. There she go. But I know I call y'all, but I trust y'all. The confidence, sir. You're doing an excellent job. You deserve it. And if I could do more for you, I would. You understand? Miss Prebles. The way she stepped up. Huh? He's a maintenance master now. No, Charles is now an inspector. Based on Charleston, they had
So,
3 heart attacks.
well-
2 of them at our office.
the rule of thumb, right, or the
1
measure
per
is
50.
right. Even though how many units we have online? Not in my
62.
62. But can we go off of the total amount and get another maintenance person? And
It's based on occupancy. Charles,
it's
you
based
want to
on
bring
occup-
somebody
okay.
else in?
So it's based on
we
occupancy. So
got the
basically, it's
money.
not based on unit count because I know we have more. We have 129.
It's based on
So
occupancy.
it's based on occupancy. Okay.
We not dealing with the units. We hiring contractors.
No, I understand that, but I
Chris?
just know the guidelines is 50 per one maintenance person per 50.
Per 50. Chris, you need help? Be honest, man, because our units are in bad shape. Yes?
Well, I'll say we'll look into that. You saying it's
I'm calling civil service
one
in the
maintenance
morning.
person per 50. If we had 60 something, at least
I mean, yeah, it's over.
That seems to say we can at least do another part-time person or
And,
somebody
yeah,
to
at
do
least.
what we need to do.
At least.
We can afford it. We have the resources.
And that was
I'm
my
on-
other point. It says we can afford it. then why not?
It's a civil service issue. They already know. They're not on move without civil
Yeah.
service.
Now, again, just to kind of, for some clarity also, so you're saying, okay, we need another maintenance staff, and the rules are the rules. So yes, I'm gonna suggest contact civil service. If those 62 allows us to be authorized to just hire a person part-time, then let's do what we can legally and what civil service allows us to do. I think that should almost be an automatic thing. If civil service says you can have one and a part-time person, then let's do that. There's no reason why we shouldn't.
If you have the funds, and we do have the funds.
And we
so
do have the funds.
We do have the funds in HCV. I'm dealing with Ms. Prevo's salary. She has assumed everything that Brandy did. She has, I haven't hired anybody else to be administrative. She just doing it. She just doing it, and I want to be on record to say that she is related to me. Not a violation, not an ethic issue, but she just been doing it.
This lady?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Grossly underpaid. I don't know how to fix it.
Isn't there pay under that study that's going on right now with civil service?
Well, I don't know
You fill
about
out
that. Help me
Yes.
understand that.
Yes.
Help me understand
All of
that.
St. Charles Parish. All of St.
Underpaid.
Charles Parish. And that's coming back up again through the council on Tuesday.
And the council, and I'm getting
Because
in
you had
trouble.
so many people, I don't know where your pay grades are, but there were so many people
Walmart.
that fit,
Walmart level.
Hollis,
that they were
please
given a
don't
raise
do
to, and so many people that they're not giving a raise to. So that's why we were saying, I was fighting for the foot soldiers, and I believe foot soldier that's out in the field doing the work every day.
Yeah.
When you got upper management getting nice raises, but the foot soldiers were being left out.
Yeah.
14 years.
14 years.
He been with us for 14 years. Underpaid.
And you don't
And
want him to quit.
Underpaid. The last person I hired,
Your I guess, I don't know, testimony, statement, whatever you want to call it, needs to be heard at
to be
that council
addressed.
meeting,
To be addressed.
so you can let them know. Because if you don't say nothing, they're trying to pass it where
you coming?
if you don't.
Okay,
But
now
I'm
let's
told I
not
think
lose
without
our.
I said it at the last meeting. I went completely off, but I can't speak up for you. You people have to show up.
Okay, so on that last conversation we're having, so it is like a civil service matter. We need to do that survey. We need to be in compliance with what civil service does.
And if
we
you're
ha-
doing that, all that needs to be on
we
your
are in
survey,
If
what you're
we-
doing, so your pay could increase.
and I think we're going to repeat ourselves and we'll move on. If that's what we need and we have the money to do and civil service allows us to do it, there's no reason why we should not. So that's the solution, and we will follow up and see just what, because civil service applies to all parish employees, if I'm correct. So, so whatever the parish is doing for itself, this board, in compliance with civil service rules and regulations, need to take care of our people, and that's just the bottom line on that one.
So with that being said, we talking pay. I didn't.
Yes, so let's get back on the
Let's talk
program.
about my raise.
Housing choice, that's the executive session, so we're not having that conversation.
No, we're not having that today.
Ma'am, we are,
Yeah, we
just,
are.
I've got this. So, housing choice voucher program update.
So, Ms. Belloc, I'm so glad to see you. Housing Choice right now.
Thank you.
The payment standard, every year it goes up. We have to go through the process of accepting whatever HUD. We don't have a choice. But it's in here, right, Ms. Prevost? So with that being said, we need the board to accept HUD's fiscal year for 2023 housing choice voucher. I want to say that once you guys accept that, I am going to go to the Department of Housing and Urban Development and ask them to go to at least 120. Because what we paying, we not even much in the market. We just can't get nothing. The rent is so high. So with that being said,
Now, that's coming up on the agenda. We're not going to that yet. We're gonna finish our housing choice voucher
Well, that's what I'm
comments.
talking about, sir.
Okay.
Ms. Prevost, where is it?
Last sheet.
The very last sheet.
That's it. That's it. And Ms. Belloc, we're not dealing with zip codes no more.
We're not dealing with what anymore?
Zip codes.
Oh,
Okay.
That was an
thank
issue
you.
for you.
That was
You're
an issue
welcome.
for me,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on, we're gonna go to our maintenance report.
No, I took care of that. We finished that.
So, okay, we've done our maintenance. You've given us our agency update. I'm only going by the agenda, that's all.
Board
Okay,
action.
next will be board action. We
just
do
did.
have a resolution in our packets.
We just did that.
I got you, but we still have to vote and do the things that are necessary on it.
Okay.
So you do have in the back of your packets a resolution. It's, and I'll read it just for the record. It's fiscal year 2023 St. Charles Parish Housing Authority payment standards at 110%. Says everyone, there you go. Everyone seeing that. So what Ms. Hollis is asking for us is to pass a motion that this board accepts these standards, which will then give her the authority to go to HUD and ask them to meet those standards for us.
Well, that's HUD standard.
That's HUD
We
standards.
gonna go
Okay.
to HUD.
This is HUD standards, but you're saying that you wanna increase it
To 120.
to 120.
But y'all have to pass
So we
that.
have to pass this one?
Yeah, that's
So-
HUD.
That's
That's the
HUD.
norm.
Okay, right. So, but you're going to do 120, so when you do the 120.
We
will-
want to.
Okay,
They have to approve it.
they have to approve it. But we need to approve this now at 110%. We can't wait till we see the result of you going to HUD for 120%.
Right. That's HUD, and that's
This
the
is
audit
HUD's.
issue.
Okay.
That's what we have to pay.
So right now, we're saying, inefficiency is $865, a one-bedroom, $1,020, a two-bedroom, $1,198, a three-bedroom, $1,544, and
That's
a
right.
four-bedroom, $1,785.
That's 110?
That's not what it is right now, that's what y'all,
This
That's
is,
what
that's,
we,
yeah, okay, this is what we're asking to approve, correct.
and then, okay.
This is awesome.
And so,
Thank you.
the zip codes, so, for this parish, there's no zip codes. This is across the board,
That's HUD. That's what HUD, they give it to us. We
HUD-
don't ask them for it, they send it to us.
send it to us, and this is across the board, Destrehan, Luling, St. Rose, all these numbers are the same, all of St. Charles
Metropolitan.
Parish,
And that's the way it should have been,
and there's no more
rather
zip
than
codes.
breaking it down to zip
Physical.
codes. And that's what I
Right.
was saying. This was totally unfair.
Right.
Yeah, it's not our decision, it's HUD.
So we're-
They,
Thank
they
you,
send
HUD.
it to us.
So we're just getting ourselves in compliance to what HUD is out there paying. Okay, so that's what's on the table. We have a motion to pass this?
Sure thing. Make the motion.
I'd like to make a motion to pass the payment standards at 110% for St. Charles Parish Housing Authority.
We have a motion on the floor,
I second the motion.
second. We have a motion by Ms. Belloc, second by Mr. Bailey.
Just read it like that, I guess.
It would be Board Resolution 01-0830-2022, adopting payment standards for housing choice voucher fiscal year 2023. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes, all in favor. Okay. So next on our agenda is the executive session. Just need a motion to go into that.
Mr. Vice Chair, I'd like to pass a motion to enter an executive session.
Need a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Bailey, seconded by Commissioner Jackson. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
Somebody.
Okay.
Mr. Vice Chair, I'd like to pass it.
Let me mention Our executive session was just discussing the employment contract of our executive director, Ms. Hollis. Now I would entertain a motion to come back to regular order.
Mr. Vice Chair, I'd like to pass a motion and enter back into a regular meeting out of executive session.
I second it.
With a second, Commissioner Bailey, seconded by Commissioner Belloc, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, all in favor. We'll move on to public comments. Anybody from the public has up to 3 minutes to address. Seeing no one, public comments are closed. Any new business from or comments from any of the commissioners? I do have a
think we have
question.
some good news that we can, do we make it public yet?
Well, I'm gonna ask you,
Hollis,
Ms.
you wanna
Hollis.
know?
Ms. Hollis, would you explain to us and the public what is the status of our voluntary conversion?
We are finished. We we submitted in June of 2021.
I think it was, yes.
2021, we've completed, we got the final, sign off by the parish president for the release of the fund. The project is a $39 million. It's $39 million, of which we are asking the parish to give us none of it, but we will interject into the economy of St. Charles Parish, $39 million. At this particular point, I would ask that any of the commissioners would respond to the emails that I've been sending and just ask for status. As soon as they say go, our development partner, you ask about that all the time. Our development partners are ready. We finished our tax credit application, and I think we have a unique opportunity because there's additional infrastructure money that's out there. Not necessarily positive, but IDA happened. And as a result of IDA, we did get insurance money. We are in the process. My maintenance master is in the process of repairing all the roofs. Also, we talked about the 8 units for the 8 people in Hornville. Those resources are there. We have multiple $1 million. We're ready to move forward. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right. I would say so again for the public and our residents out there. We've been talking about this a long time. It finally is here. We're hoping to get contract signed, funds released, and hopefully shortly we will see some development to the housing, workforce housing here in St. Charles Parish.
Actually, contracts are signed.
Contracts are signed, so we're just waiting for the money. So, okay, great. One thing I want to mention, and the first person I'm talking to is myself. We are required by the state of Louisiana to complete 1 hour of ethics training. Ms. Hollis did send out an email a while back. As I was going through, I saw it, and I'm just now, so I'm but halfway through it. So any commissioner who hasn't gone through that training, it's all available online. Just go to Louisiana Ethics Board. All the information will be there. It's just a 1 hour watching films or whatever, but we all are required to do that. So myself being the first person, if you haven't done that as a board, we need to do that to be in compliance with Louisiana law.
Yes, it is in the works. I'm working on it.
And it could be done mobily. If anybody need the website, let me know.
Yeah, it's on the state ethics website.
No, I get it, but just to make it easy.
Yes,
Send you
okay.
a direct link here.
Okay, perfect. Any other comments or questions or anything? If not, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, I'd like to pass a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Motion made by Commissioner Bailey, second by Commissioner Jackson. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Meeting adjourned at 7:33 p.m. Thank you and good night.
Yes, ma'am.